on Monday because Bar got home a little late.
I'm gonna say why.
I wasn't gonna say why.
Because we got home late. We wasn't on Monday.
Oh.
You just said why.
Because I said Bar got home late. Sorry. Sorry. But I honestly would like to start off by saying sleep in peace to everybody that was in that helicopter crash.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. That shit hurt, man. That was a rough one.
That was definitely a rough one. It was.
Definitely a rough one, man.
For a lot of people.
Yeah. Just to know how they passed.
Yeah.
You know what it really was? You think about, like, yo, if I was with Booty and we was dying and she needed help and I couldn't protect her, that's not the way you would want to go out.
I seen somebody post, like, he died twice, basically.
Yeah, technically.
Like,
just
doing
imagine
that,
knowing your
and
daughters
knowing he couldn't help her. And then he also, like, later on posted that she was in his arms.
No, that's not true.
That's not true?
That's not true. Okay. I heard that, too. That's definitely not true at all.
Because she technically was supposed to be in a seatbelt.
Definitely not true at all.
Okay.
That's just the extra shit. That's what I hate. And all those conspiracy theories, leave that shit alone.
They have that going already?
Let that man family mourn and make sure you do that. That's just
yes. Cool. And what I also like that I really thought was really, really dope was that they took his sneakers.
They did not. That's false as well.
That's false?
They did not take his sneakers off so nobody would profit off of them. Yeah, that's because he goes to the meetings and tells them. That's not the case. They're just sold out.
I thought that was really dope, though, if they really did do that.
I don't. This is a perfect example of when you need to fact check stuff. Anytime you see those pictures with the words underneath, double check it. Because half that should be lies. And it's unfortunate. But yeah, that is not the case. His stuff was not taken off of the shelf where people couldn't profit off of it. That's going to happen anyway. It's just sold out. Nike has never released an official word of doing so. Or Adidas, whoever he with.
Right.
That's not the case.
But again,
it's unfortunate.
Yeah, that was like a really harsh, tough situation. That's all I kept thinking about was like you and Booty. I'm like, how am I supposed to sit or cope with that? No, seriously. So, Vanessa, if you ever come across this live, I am so sorry for your loss. That's like a double whammy.
To me, close the room door.
To the family of the other passengers, sorry for you guys' loss as well. Let's get into it.
All right, so I think the topic is family issues with the relationship. And I think we touched on family before, but I think with this one, we've had a lot of encounters recently over the last few weeks where we've seen examples and experienced it where the family involvement within your personal relationship can take its toll. I think first and foremost, you should love your family, respect your family, but you have to know that your relationship is your relationship.
Right.
That doesn't mean that your family needs to be inside of your relationship. And what I've also seen as well is I hate, this is my personal thing, I hate dealing with someone whose parents is too much into their personal lives. That could be men or women. I hate a mama's boy. I hate a daddy's girl, where they have to do everything with their parent or get that approval. That takes its toll on the relationship.
True.
So you have to think that as well. Also, the things you allow your family to do to your spouse takes its toll on the relationship as well.
Can you elaborate on
that? Meaning, if one of my family members were to disrespect Tia, we clash immediately. We go at it immediately. I distance myself immediately. This is just speaking hypothetically. I'm not going to allow anyone to disrespect you if you're with me or you're not with me. And I expect the same on my part. Like, I don't care if that's your mother, your sister, your father. If you give somebody that invitation to disrespect your spouse, it's going to occur with you or without you. And that's why you should not talk negative about your spouse to your family. It's okay to share your issues. Right. But if you only go to your family with negative things about your spouse, that's the energy they're going to have when they see that spouse.
Yeah, I agree.
So like shit like that smokes my shit. I'm all for talking to your sister or talking to your brother. But if I only go to my brother every time me and my lady have a disagreement, he's not going to be fond of her.
He's not really just going to always. look at me or view me.
Yes, in a negative manner. Mm-hmm. And so like you have, and I know it's tricky and hard sometimes because you want to vent to people you care about, but you have to understand. To people that you trust. Yeah. You cannot always just go over there negative. Why you can't have a positive comment? Yo, let me tell you how happy I am today. That never happens. Right. That's why I said you have to be careful and picky about what you discuss. Mm-hmm. So somebody started the comments earlier saying, hey guys, one of the big, leave the toxic family alone. Mm-hmm. And that's real. And when I say toxic, it can be anybody that's considered family. Your parent as well.
I would like to touch on that. A lot of people feel like, okay, for instance, with that comment, leave the toxic family alone. A lot of people feel that because it's a mother, a father, a sister, a brother, that they can't leave them alone. When people say leave the toxic family alone, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to stop fucking with them completely. No, you can just love them and everything at a distance. And not even also at a distance. Stop having them so involved.
That's what it is.
You know what I mean? Like some people feel like you only get one mother, so you should be able to deal with all of your mom's bullshit.
No. If your mother is a toxic person, and if your mother or your father, whoever or raised you or brother, whoever, but it's harder because who brings you into this world. So if it's either your mother or your father and they're toxic, that's always going to be your mother. That's always going to be your father. You don't need to deal with them on a day-to-day basis.
Or not even that. It doesn't mean that you have to deal with their bullshit.
Or involve them in your relationship. Because you can deal with your parents' bullshit. That's your parents. They raised you. They have a right to expect you to deal with their bullshit. To an extent. But what they should not have an expectation is to be able to do whatever the fuck they want in your relationship.
Right. I feel like if you are old enough and you pay your own bills, you have your own place and everything, like you said, to an extent, you can deal with your parents' bullshit. Like if I feel like, for instance, this is an example, that I'm up to here with my parents' bullshit.
Go the fuck home.
Yeah.
I would go home.
Yeah.
Yeah, this conversation
I don't have to deal with it.
For adults. If you're living with your moms, you gotta deal with her bullshit, period.
Right.
Even if you pay rent, it's still her crib. You have to learn that as an adult. You could be 29. Still living with your mom. There's nothing wrong with that, but you got to deal with it. If you got your own shit and your mother come over with toxic shit, mom, you got to go home.
Period. I still love you.
You got to go home.
I still love you, but the bottom of this foot gonna be on your ass.
You about to start shit. I don't want to do that right now. Right. You got to go home. Right. So imagine what it's like dealing with somebody that allows their parent to influence their relationship.
Or dictate their relationship. And that's what I also would like to touch on as well.
I hate that type of shit.
I know. What you mentioned was stop allowing them or don't allow them to disrespect your spouse or, manipulate your relationship to where you're basically passive on them disrespecting your spouse.
So let me say this. I don't care if my mother, and this is just me talking, likes or dislikes Shatia. She has enough respect for me as a man to not disrespect her in front of me or to me. Exactly. I cannot help how she may feel. I respect her. But what I'm not going to allow is, and I'm not, same thing with Shatia. I don't care if she doesn't like or dislike my mother, but she's not going to disrespect her. Right. She's not going to disrespect her in front of our kids, in front of her grandchildren. That shit is just not being tolerated. Right. Period.
And that right there doesn't sit well with me.
No. So let me read some of these comments while we going. Yes, we are grown enough to handle our own business without our parents getting into the business. That is totally agreed.
Exactly.
So we touching on some key points as a comment. Another one: parents, cousins, etc. This goes for
everybody, anybody in your family.
It does not matter. So this is a comment. Shit will put you in a weird position. For example, your baby mom show my mom love and respect, but her mom toxic and I can't show her the same love. And to be and peep it and start moving different could fuck up the relationship. That's a fact.
This is true.
That's a fact.
This is true.
That's why
these are the type of things that we are talking about.
Yes, you got to distance yourself from that with the relationship, not
but
with
what
love.
You need to do, honestly, is explain to your baby mother. Because if that's your baby mother, I'm sure you trust her enough to be able to have a conversation with her and be able to communicate well. You need to explain to her, like, listen, I love the relationship you share with my mom, but I'm not trying to disrespect your mom. So to avoid disrespecting her or you, I would rather distance myself. Yeah. Not saying I don't want to fuck with her completely, but I just rather distance myself.
That's the best thing to do. Sometimes, I know this gonna go wrong. I don't even want to entertain that. I don't want to put myself
because it can be
in
a worse outcome. Like, it's fucking up your relationship, but you never know. Once you have that conversation, it might make y'all closer in due time. Like,
so I totally feel you on that one. Definitely feel you. So someone wrote, I've never experienced this, but I see it firsthand. Yeah. So if you see how toxic it can be, you got to understand too how difficult it could be for some people to tell their parent to mind your fucking business.
Right.
It's hard, but that's I would much rather that than the outcome of the outburst.
You know what it is? A lot of parents have the excuse of, or siblings or whatever, have the excuse of, oh, I don't want to see you hurt. And my thing with that is, you saying that, it's like you might as well blindfold yourself for the rest of your life.
Yeah, because you're gonna get hurt.
Love and those different type of things are a form of hurt. Whether it's like lying, cheating, you actually physically hurt yourself, like you're gonna get hurt. Like, and I feel like a lot of people are not being real with themselves when they're watching their sons and daughters being in relationships. Like, be real with yourself. You know your daughter's gonna get hurt. You know your son gonna get hurt.
Or you know your son is doing her wrong. You know your daughter ain't being true.
Right.
So you gotta take it both hands. I'm saying, yo, I think one of the best things I've seen from a parent's perspective is, yo, this is what I'm gonna tell you. You do whatever you choose to do.
Right.
It's your life.
Right.
But when you start coming into your life and forcing your own decisions, that shit is toxic.
But I also feel like that plays a major part with the people who was actually in the relationship. Like you said, having that conversation. I was there before. I was like having those conversations with my mom, like talking to her. But the difference with me was I was telling her everything. I wasn't just telling her like, yo, Bob played himself, he ain't shit. No. Me and Bob had an argument. This is what I said. And he said this. And there was a point in time, where me and her, where she would 120% disagree with me. And it would piss me off. But I liked that. I liked when it was true and genuine like that. When it became a point in time where I personally feel like our relationship got out of hand to where I couldn't discuss or say anything to her, because when me and her got into it, she would throw it back in my face or say certain things to me that I would be like, well, why are you saying that? But I spoke to you about that.
Private, but see, me personally, like, that's why I prefer not to even do that at all. Because I know when you're in an argument, you say things to hurt each other.
But I've learned that the hard way.
You had to. So I'm going to read this comment because this one really hit home. So a comment is, I'm cutting the whole family off. Because if you're not man or woman enough to tell your family or friends this isn't their business, it's ours, then you will always need your mother's titty to survive, and you gotta let the breast milk and use your brain sometimes.
I agree with that.
But yo, listen, if you don't have it in you to tell your mom or your whoever right away, it's going to keep happening, but worse.
I'm not okay with the men or women that allow their family members, mother, father, cousin, sister, brother, dictate their relationship, dictate how they're supposed to be with their spouse,
or how they're supposed to react,
or how they're supposed to handle a particular situation in the household. Like, I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with, this is an example, with you bringing me around your family. I know for a fact your family dislike me, and you telling me to shut up, don't say nothing, be
why they disrespecting
me.
Then I don't got much respect for you. Because if I know that's the case, I'm not even going to bring
How
you in.
do you expect me to hold it down? If, for instance, you inviting them over, now we went to your family's event, so I got to shut the fuck up then. Cool, it's your family event.
But they come to the house?
Come to the house. I still got to shut the fuck up in my house. I'm not going to be okay with that. Stuff like that is crazy to me. I shouldn't have to shut up in my own home when you have the people that don't like me, disrespect me, and play me out in our home.
I personally think like that's a man allowing a woman to do that. Because as a man, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I don't think another man's gonna be like, yo, you know that nigga ain't shit. Why he ain't here? A man not gonna do that. Now,
how would a man go about it though? If for instance, if I did that with you, how would you go about that?
With me, that wouldn't even happen because I'm gonna get straight to the physical. If it's a female, I'm checking you and I'm checking her, and then I'm gonna step out because I don't want to hit a female. But I'm gonna definitely check. But if it's a whole nother man, I'm running his shit. Now, if that's your mom saying that to your lady, that's a problem. That will happen much more with a female. Because men don't move like that. He ain't shit. What you with him for? Get your shit together. That man gonna tell you, no, he ain't shit.
Right.
You still want to be with him? Cool. Now, that woman will come around, talk to him crazy or talk to you crazy, and that man allows it, and that's where that man go wrong. Mm-hmm. That's where that clown shit comes into play. So I'm gonna read a comment. Most of the time, even sharing what's going on in your household, good or bad, makes a family member dislike an individual. So here they go with their opinions on your situation. Now there's turmoil.
That's the truth.
And that's the
Keyword,
truth.
what you said, good or bad.
Good or bad.
If people don't even know, when you speak to like a family member, mother, father, sister, brother, anybody, cousin, and your situation is good, 9 times out of 10, if their situation is not going too well, they're going to envy your good situation.
And make sure you put an emphasis on the envy. It's not always negative. It could be like, damn, son, I'm going through it right now, but they not.
Right.
It doesn't always have to be a negative envy. It can sometimes be like, son, he got his shit together while my nigga can't get his shit together.
Right. And now you despising your spouse.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't want to be over there because y'all happy and I'm not happy right now.
Right.
Shit like that happens. You got to be real careful with what you discuss in your house. That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, if y'all got your own thing, if you and your partner have your house, your kids and everything, what happens in your house should really stay there. Yeah. Unless you might need some advice or something. Even if you're happy, just keep it regular. Don't show off because it's very easy to break up a happy home. So here's a comment. I've only been in one situation where my dude's father got really crazy and disrespectful with me. And my friend and I didn't expect my man at the time to do much, but he did. He defended the shit out of me. And you should never have to engage with your partner's parents in that way. It's not my place. They're supposed to check that at the door. Exactly. Let me tell you an instance.
And guess what? Before you finish that, his father still loved him.
Exactly. Let me tell you something. If something was to happen between me and Shatia and one of her family members, I'm not saying anything. I'm not getting out of character. I expect you to. If something was to happen where my family members was doing something to you, if you say something, I'm going to tell you shut up because I'm going to check it.
Right.
It shouldn't even be to where I'm not allowing that to happen to where you got to get into it because the last thing I want is you argue with my family. That's my family. That should be mine. So for people that allow that shit to happen and don't check that parent or that family member,
please
whoever
expect
that
your
is,
spouse to get crazy with your relatives.
That spouse better get ready to deal with a lot of that shit because that's going to keep happening and it's going to fuck up the relationship. That's just how it go. Another comment. My mom and my ex got into it because of how she was walking around the house.
Now, see, that would be different. Y'all house and your mom was there, you know, or were you guys in your mom's house?
That's a big difference.
It's a big difference.
I learned that the hard way growing up too. Just because I pay rent does not mean it's my house. I learned that the hard way too. That's why I said this in particular is if y'all got your own, y'all got your kids,
right? That's
when you can straight dictate everything.
I would like to know the answer to that.
But if you're living with your parent, you sometimes got to play nice, man.
Right.
We both learned that the hard way.
Yeah.
Like there was just certain things you can't say and do.
Exactly.
You got to learn that.
Exactly.
But that's why it's so hard to want to be an adult. Because you want to do, this is what I want, but you don't want to do all the adult shit. Because if you're a real adult, you out of there. So it's tricky. Another comment. First off, they don't like me. They wouldn't be allowed to come to my house. Homie, don't play that. I disagree.
Yeah,
I disagree. Because just because someone doesn't like you doesn't mean they're going to disrespect you.
Right.
So just because my mother doesn't like you, she can't come see her grandchildren. Right. I don't agree with that. Just because I don't like your mother, she can't come see her grandchildren.
Right.
I disagree with that.
Right.
Now I'm all for if you don't want that at all, but when there's children involved, I tend to put away my feelings. Right. Because I don't like this person doesn't mean I'm not
we can't be around each other. We can't have a mutual family. Bonding with the same type of person.
And it's things like that I respect.
Right.
I don't like her, but that is her family.
Right.
That's just how it goes. So, I mean, whatever works for you, but when it's kids involved with the family, this is when I preach being an adult. Because that's the same if there's like two people arguing over their kids or, child support or parental rights. Put that shit aside.
And do what y'all gotta do
for the kids.
Right.
That's my opinion on that. So here's another comment. And that's why I don't tell my family when I go through shit. Because if me and my man get past that, I don't want them holding that against him and vice versa.
Exactly.
That's real shit. I'm going to repeat that
Exactly.
And that's why I don't tell my family when I go through shit. Because of me and my man, we get past that. I don't want them holding that against him and vice versa. I cannot tell you how important that is. Because I know from experience, somebody could tell me something negative about somebody, and that shit sticks right here. Period. Don't matter who it is.
Telling you something positive.
Like, all right, cool. This is what he did. Cool. But that negative shit will stick right here, and you inadvertently move off of that when you interact with that person. Mm-hmm. That's real shit.
Yeah.
That's real shit. So you got to understand, too, if you tell your family something negative about your woman or man, they might hold that to them.
Exactly.
So you got to deal with that. You got to be real picky on how you converse about your relationship. Mm-hmm. It's real shit.
This is true.
So somebody wrote, oh, let's not forget cousins and sisters that want to gang up on you after you have to get out of character because you got tired of sitting around and waiting on your spouse to say something. Now you can't go around a family because everybody's ready to fight.
I know somebody watching that could relate.
And that you want to know the worst. You want to know the worst thing about that? Your spouse didn't shut that shit down from the gate, and this is where it leads to.
This is what I'm
saying.
saying.
That's a perfect example of where it goes.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
That's a perfect example of where it goes. Perfect example.
Can you just reread that?
Again, I'll read it one more time. Let's not forget about the cousins and sisters because they always ready to fight. Mm-hmm. That want to gang up on you after you have to get out of character because you get tired of sitting around and waiting on your spouse to say something. Now you can't go around a family because everybody ready to fight.
Right.
That's real shit.
Right.
That's real shit.
Right.
But you see, and I think, and I could listen to me, you can tell a female wrote that. Because after a while, she's going to get out of character. She's not going to keep sitting there and let that. A man will just say some shut the fuck up and leave. Right. But a woman can't sit and bear through that.
Right.
And you could tell the sisters and cousins always want to fight.
Right.
It ain't going to be like, Rob, what he said to you? He called you a bitch? I'm going to fuck him up. No. She only going to call her cousin if you hit him.
Right.
He ain't going to, he called me a bitch saying, let's go fuck. Right. That's the dog. So that's why I said it's the worst with the women. And
that be the thing too. The men that have female like sisters or female cousins and things like that be with the shits. It's like I personally feel like if you that type of man that have that type of close knit family and have those type of family members around you and you know your family is with the shit, then you need to better control your situation because you honestly might get a girl that you're madly in love with that's with the shits too, and you cannot expect her to keep her mouth shut.
Right, and you cannot be mad when you have to choose.
Right,
because you put yourself in a predicament to where you have to choose now. Now she want to fight me, so I'm supposed to just let her fuck me up?
Right.
No, asshole.
What you gonna do? You just gonna separate us and that? So she just got her one hit over. You just gonna break it up? You're not gonna let me get a hit back? Like that's just how us women think. Like, oh, now see you played yourself, nigga. And now me and you beefing. Now me and you beefing. Like that's not okay.
And that's my biggest thing to take away from all this. I wouldn't even allow this shit to happen because I don't want to beef with you over family.
Right.
Because there's no winning, son. You're never going to see my side. I'm never going to fully see yours because that's not my family.
Right.
I don't see them the way you do.
Right.
So now that you didn't shut shit down, now look.
Exactly.
Now look. And that's the dumbest shit because you stuck. And I'm going to tell you something somebody told me when I was younger. As much as you love your family, they're not sucking your dick at night. Your lady is. No, it's not. No, I'm serious when I say this, huh? Your family ain't going to be the one at night holding you, supporting you, or give you the type of love your woman or your man is.
Yeah.
I'm not saying forget your family for your spouse. No. But understand the love you get from your spouse, you're not going to get from your sister.
And understand, after your family fuck up your spouse, they're going to go home to their spouse.
They come fuck up your whole shit and then go home to them. Happy and quiet. And you like, yeah, you don't got nobody now. Looking dumb. Nigga said, oh, I say that too, boy. Yeah, it's real.
No, but that family shit is a real tough situation because, like, you know, a lot of people don't like to chastise their family members. Why? I don't know.
It's not even about chastising. To me, if I check it one time aggressively, you really won't have to do it too much more. If she see, no, because the last time I tried to tell him, he wanted to come at me, let that nigga be stupid. I'd much rather that from my family.
Right.
You know what? Last time I said that, he came at me, go ahead with your little girlfriend. Cool. Right. I bet you that won't lead to me and my river arguing over that, though.
Right. You would be surprised how many people separate or break up due to family.
No, I wouldn't.
Opposed to like cheating and lying and things like that. It like Your family, if you allow it, your family can dictate your entire relationship. Your family can dictate how you can be a parent to your own kids.
If you allow it.
If you allow it. Your kids, like your own kids, whether you're a man and they came from your ball sack or you're a female and you carried them, like family members could try and but the fact that you have family members that be trying to do this shit.
No, I don't get, no, and see, this is where I think you go wrong. You should not get mad at that family member. That family member is simply doing what that person allows. I'm mad at whoever let their family run into their relationship. I'm never mad at the parent. I'm never mad at the sister. Never mad at the cousin. Right. Because if you was to shut that shit down, that would be irrelevant.
Right.
Fuck you, man. How you mad at somebody doing what they do all the time? Be mad at the motherfucker that allow it. Don't say nothing. Act like it's cool, but they got a problem with it.
Right.
That's the word. I hate people like that.
They have a problem with it once you get crazy.
Mm-hmm. I hate that type
So it's like when the family disrespecting the spouse, it's cool because the spouse is quiet. As soon as the spouse get crazy, now we got we got a fucking problem now.
That's stupid.
So now we got a problem?
That's stupid.
Why we didn't have a problem when they was disrespecting me?
That's stupid. That's why I wouldn't even want you to have to get crazy, because from that point on, it's nothing but a headache to me. Right. Now you got every right to do that, but that's still my family. You're not gonna do that to them. But right. They was talking to, see, it's too much extra shit. Right. To me, I think that's women type shit.
I think it's both.
Not even that. When I say that, I think it's more so that's what women should be doing. I don't feel like no man should be coming and allowing anybody to disrespect his lady. If you're supposed to be the man in the relationship, right? Mm-hmm. If you're supposed to be the dominant one in the relationship, mm-hmm. How are you allowing people to belittle you and expect your lady to look at you as a man? This is why I said women should. That should be the women. I'm serious though. If I'm calling myself the man of the house, and this is just an example, and my sister come over here and sun my shit all the time, how the fuck? If I'm a woman,
I'm gonna start sunning your shit.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start sunning your shit. If you allow her to come over here and sun your shit, when I try, you be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm like, "Well, you let your fucking sister do it."
Yeah,
like, you know.
And it's not about trying to be manly. It's just I'm not going to allow that to happen. That's what men do. You don't gotta poke your chest out. But you can say what the fuck you're not gonna allow. Right. It's that simple. You don't gotta be a macho man. I'm not a macho man, but it's just I'm not gonna allow that shit to happen because that's not cool. Yeah. So for anybody that's doing that shit, stop the sucker shit. So somebody wrote, especially if they are mama's boys.
If you got a mama's boy, baby.
Give up.
You baby.
Give up.
His mother gonna run his relationship his whole life.
All right. This is a long comment. Let me read this. Speaking on my behalf, my daughter's father thought it was okay to get his mother and cousin in a custody situation. And his mother started talking, and I just laughed. And then I said, I see where your dumbass son gets his mindset from. If you can sit here and think it's okay for your son to not be a father, you obviously have issues within yourself. Then his cousin says, my baby father didn't come around. Why do you think he's supposed to? So I said, case closed. I figured it out. Y'all all dumb. Have a blessed day. But that's unfortunately the truth.
But you know the sad part about that? Instead of them thinking about him being a father, they're thinking about their relationship with him. Mm-hmm. This is my son. Mm-hmm. So whatever he want to do, I'm with it. This is my cousin. So whatever he want to do, I'm with it. Not noticing that is ignorance. Yeah. And it's being blind to the actual facts. Like, that's exactly what that is.
All right. So we got a question. I'm going to try to take my time and make sure I read this one. I have a question. I was at my ex house and me and her got into an argument and it caused her and her brother to get into it because what I was saying to her was right. That's her and her brother business. Right. If that's my answer to that. It don't matter whatever y'all was arguing about. She obviously stood a stance against what her brother was saying. That's their business. Right. Now, once they finish with that, y'all finish y'all argument and figure it out. Y'all good. Don't get into that. That's none of your business. Right. That's her and her brother business. Right. Don't give a fuck with the argument about you. As long as he's not talking crazy to you. And not putting his hands on his stuff, which is your girl, then everything is all right. That's it. So that's a somebody wants to know how you get past that. Basically, like what we're talking about. How do you get past that? How do you get past you listen to me.
Being in that type of relationship?
You don't get past it. Because listen to me. I'll explain why. if you have a relationship where your family can always come out and fuck it up, it clearly got to a point where that relationship doesn't work anymore, right? Possibly. So once it gets to that point, it's impossible to fix that. You want to know why?
Why?
Because you can't just stop your family from doing whatever they want. You've allowed
out of nowhere.
You've allowed it for so much time. It's not going to work. It's not unless that person is willing to accept what the family doing, which I doubt.
What I would suggest is space and time. The reason why I would suggest that, reason why I would suggest that is because, for instance, that space and time will go to show you that now you're lonely. Now you have nobody in your corner that was backing you up the way your spouse was. Your family that was, disrespecting your spouse, and now your spouse is no longer there. You can slowly take the time to wean your family off from coming in and out of your life, disrespecting and doing what they want to do. The reason why I say that is now because they won't have leverage to say, oh, you only doing that because you fucking with X, Y, and Z. No, because X, Y, and Z is no longer around. I'm doing this for me. So once you get that done for yourself, then I would say reach out to the spouse that you wanted to work with, or you could probably have a better relationship because you already experienced allowing your family to come in and out of your life while in the relationship. Now try it without them being around.
I think it'll only work if you shut that shit down from the gate.
There's some people that's really, really close with their family now.
And this is what I'm saying. That's why I don't feel it's going to work. If you're that close with your family to the point you can't tell them no on something, that's too close for me.
Right.
Why can't y'all be that close and they know not to get into your relationship?
Right.
Why can't y'all be that close and they know not to disrespect your spouse?
Right.
To me, it's like, if we that close and you clearly don't respect my shit, I don't want to be that close.
Yeah.
That's why I said I don't think it's going to work. The only way I think it's going to work, y'all get together and both of y'all, because you should support him or her if they choose to go with their family and be like, yo, this is mine. Leave this alone. Get out of our business. If y'all not doing that together and both of y'all on the same page all the time, it ain't going to work. And if it ain't worked already, I don't see it changing because it's so hard to separate yourself from family. And it sounds like people go through this a lot. That shit takes its toll. It gets to the point where the person don't even want to come around.
Right.
I don't even want to try with you because I know I'm your family
is going to be around.
That shit
what
is
type
toxic.
of family functions will we be able to have if your family comes? So only my family going to be there?
Not even that. So now I got to always brace myself for being disrespected.
Or now when I come around, everybody quiet?
I don't like shit like that at all. I don't. That's why I said it's that. I'm going to read a comment. Exactly. People believe that having support in your situation from family is the best way. And sometimes it could break or make a situation worse. Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, yo, you can love your family. Right. But there's certain things they don't have to be involved in.
Exactly.
I bet you $100 your family don't pay all your bills with you.
Okay.
But you see what I mean? They don't have to be involved in that, right?
Right.
I bet when you go to the doctor and get your STD testings, your family ain't there holding your hand. Okay. They're not involved with that, right? Why do they have to be involved in your relationship?
Exactly.
It's just certain shit that should be personal.
BRB, I got a key.
It's just certain shit that should be personal.
Bring up what I
No, I'm not reading that shit. You're going to read it because I don't understand what you be talking about.
But I just told you.
Yeah, that says too much. But again, if you're in a relationship and your spouse or whoever you're dating allows their family to dictate your relationship, that's an uphill battle. It's just not going to work. It's not going to work. Because either you're going to become the person that's going to be like, yo, tell your fucking family to shut up. And then it turns to you arguing with your spouse. Or you just going to sit there and allow it and look like a fool. And I'm not with the looking like a fool shit. How about you, Tia? You were looking like a fool?
Absolutely the hell not.
Well, you do look stupid sometimes. Sometimes you do. When you wake up in the morning and your bonnet is sideways and your titty hanging out.
I bring up like a bland family.
What's a bland family?
No family photos. We don't go out and party. We don't go out on movie dates. We don't go out on dinner dates. Like, we don't do shit. Work and come home.
All right, well, when you come back down, hurry up.
All right, watch my hand.
And you should get that right. But yeah, so with the family, man, it's crucial. And I'm all for being that family person. But you have to know when to separate your personal life with your family. That's it. So don't allow your family to dictate your life. That's not cool. You'll never be an adult. To me, if you can't tell your mother no or tell your father or disagree or don't have the same views, you're not a man or a woman. You're still under your mother or your father. I love my father to death. We disagree all the time. I don't have to agree with everything he says. I don't have to see his point of view all the time. I respect him. I don't ever disrespect him. That's my father. But we're not going to agree all the time. I'll take a stance on certain things he doesn't agree with. Hey, that's life. That's what men are supposed to do. You're supposed to be your own man or your own woman. You shouldn't listen to what your mother says to do with your boyfriend and vice versa. No, man. Take advice. And if you want to use it, use it. But nothing's worse than when people try to please their family in their relationship. You're just going to leave yourself unhappy. I've been there before. Don't make decisions for other people. Make them for yourself. That's the best advice I could ever say. Never make decisions for other people. Because when it doesn't go your way, that person could care less because they didn't ask you to make that decision. And that's real shit. So here's one of the comments. And this is real because I think I can agree with this one. Create your own family and build from there. Exactly. Because that's how you're supposed to do it. Your family will always be your family regardless of anything. But the one you create is the one you should always provide and protect. That's real. I be saying that all the time. Well, you know, somebody be like, well, he's still my baby. Yeah, your baby got a whole family now. Right. He can't be your baby no more. He has to be the man for his family. Oh, you know, that's my little girl. Your little girl was a mother. She has to be the mother for her family now. You have to let them grow up. Right. Real shit, son. Create your own. And that's real. Create your own. What was you talking about?
Somebody wanted me to bring up being in a relationship for, let's say, 6, 7, 8 years. And
6, 7, 8 years?
Around about, so between 6 and 8 years. Their relationship consists of working, coming home, you know, being parents and stuff like that.
So they're happy in the relationship. They good?
They're decent in a relationship.
Okay. Yes. All right. No infidelity, no crazy shit?
No.
Okay. I'm on your
But they don't hang out. Like, when I say hang out, not specifically meaning partying, but they don't go out on dates. Out on nothing? No dates. No dinner dates. No birthday parties. The girl didn't have a baby shower for her kid. They don't celebrate birthdays. So, like, for instance, if her birthday come up, the guy would bring a cake and ice cream. So they don't even celebrate her birthday or his birthday. If she want to do something for his birthday, is just he want to just stay in or whatever. Sometimes his boys try to contact him to go out. He don't want to go out and work.
So let me get this cool. He doesn't do that with anybody.
Right, like he don't hang out with nobody.
Whoever this is, because this is easy to me.
What?
You're not changing that person. If it's been this way 7 or 8 years, they not like that with their friends. So I don't want the woman to feel like oh, he don't do with me.
She don't feel like it's just her. They don't go out. Like, they don't hang out.
He's not changing.
Even in the house.
Not changing.
Can I say something? Because I think she's watching.
This is what I'm telling you. Listen, if they've shown you the same characteristic and actions for 7 to 8 years, they don't only do it with you. They're like that with everybody. They're only going to change if they want to. So you telling this person, hey, this is what I want to do, and they're not doing it, that's a sign. You trying to talk to them over and over again, that's a sign. How many more signs do you need?
Yeah, basically, that was like one of my suggestions to her. Like, maybe you should have a conversation with him. Let him know, like, you know, you want to go out. You still feel, you know, like.
She had to do that. 7 to 8 years?
She said she spoke to him about it. She never came from a family type of orientated family. Like, her background is not like that. His background, everybody's family orientated. You know, they're Spanish, so they like to have gatherings and things like that. He don't like to do that stuff. So she figured, you know, being that he has that type of family, that she can come around and be able to have a family orientated type of family, because she hasn't had that.
That was her mistake in the dating phase.
She said she want like photos and stuff like that around the house, like family photos, just pictures in general. So he never took the initiative to do it.
Do they have children? Okay, so
she has a son and they have a daughter together. So she did. She started posting her own little pictures. Problem? She wanted to see how long it was going to take him before he started to decide to say, "Oh, babe, I like that. Let me help."
Can I tell you this? That's a woman thing that y'all do incorrect. I do something, and I wanted him to. You want somebody to feel or react, and because they don't react that way, you're kind of bothered. That's unfair.
She spoke to him about it,
and that's unfair
about the picture thing.
That's unfair on her part. You should have said that from the beginning. And this is something I want to say in the dating phase. You see how she hoped because he had a family, she wanted to do that. Did she make that clear in the beginning? I know she didn't.
I didn't ask that.
But this is what I'm saying. The things that she wanted, that could have been figured out from the beginning. Because you've been with this person for this long, and over the years, you realizing he's not the type of person in this aspect that I would have hoped for.
Right.
And now you sad. You can't do that.
She mentioned to me, and I feel like this is what it is, but I didn't ask her because I wanted to wait for the live. But what she did mention to me is that she have a son that's not his child, but their youngest kid is their kid together. His family always treats her son like that's not their nephew, grandchild, or whatever, however. They also tell him that as well. And his family live upstairs in the house. They live like in the bottom part of the house, like a 2-family house type shit.
And that bothers
downstairs. That bothers her that they don't care or take care of her son the way he does. And she feel like he don't take up for her in that aspect. Like, you decided to be a father, I didn't ask you to. You decided to do that. So when your family say disrespectful stuff or...
All right, so wait, hold on. Like they say disrespectful things or just don't acknowledge? Because there's a big difference.
Like it was like a whole big
altercation and disrespect.
Everything. Yes.
All right. Yeah, well, she has a valid right for me. They need to get out the house.
That's what he keeps saying. She said that's the only thing he says. Like, he doesn't go back to his mom or say anything back to the family.
They don't need to.
He just say we're gonna.
They don't need to.
Basically,
you had that rent in advance and give that. There's nothing to discuss. If that bothers you that much, because I don't play with that kid shit, that's gonna continue to happen, or it's gonna happen either way because y'all gonna interact with each other. What the mistake she made was didn't know the type of person she wanted to spend the rest of her life with.
Because she still want to have fun. She still feel a little young.
Then you need to go do that, love. She's not gonna do it with you. So one of the comments is she got with him knowing this. She can have a life outside of him with family, but don't expect him to change all of a sudden. And that's my thing. I think what she's hurting is she wants that with him. Mm-hmm. She wants to do those things with him. She wants to experience that with him.
She feel like she want to make him happy outside of him just working and coming home.
You're not going to do that. Clearly, and you know what the problem is? I think he's happy.
Like that?
Yeah. Maybe he's a person that doesn't like to do those things. What's wrong with that? Mm-hmm. Stop trying to make him happy. You get happy with the situation, and it'll just bounce off of each other. Because I think that's the problem. She's not happy that he's not doing these things. So she's trying to do it to make him happy. But you're not happy first.
Right.
You got to get that together first. Talk to him about that kid shit.
And speaking of that situation, what I would like to say about the kid shit is from the mother side and from the father side or whoever's in the relationship, if a man go into a relationship with a kid that's not his, and he's treating that kid like it's his family members, mind your goddamn business.
Why'd you say that?
Period. And the other way around. If a female go into a relationship and that male have kids that are not hers and she is taking care of and doing whatever she feel like she needs to do for them kids, her family, mind your motherfucking goddamn business. Just mind your business. The reason why I am saying that is because all you doing is causing problems and issues with you and your relative or child or whatever for no reason. Because guess what? After you do that, he's still going to take care of that kid. After you do that, she's still going to take care of that kid. Mind your business.
Needs to be done, and I think this is the issue. And this is just from, if I'm taking care of a kid that's not mine, and I decide to bring that kid around my family, I'm going to let my family know, I love this child. I'm going to treat this child like they're mine. If my family can't agree with that, I'm not bringing my child around.
So suppose you don't say that.
I think you need to.
Why?
See, and this is where you go. You want to know why I think you need to? Because people are going to say something. So this is what I would do. Before you get to say something, this is what I'm doing. You with it or you're not. Versus somebody just assuming and saying what they want to say. And this is where I think women go wrong.
I just feel like I shouldn't have to put I don't do that with a dog.
You do, but all right.
I don't bring my dog around and say, listen, I love my dog. Don't step on it.
This is what I'm saying. This is what you're not thinking past that. I don't want to put a child in a predicament where they feel away coming from something from an adult.
I just feel like adults need to be adults.
Well, that's not the
case, the kid don't have nothing to do with nothing. Mind your business.
Though. This is what I'm saying. The best way to go about it It's the same way you will let your family know you're not going to disrespect my lady. Yo, that's not your kid. Some people people might ask.
But you will only let your family know to not disrespect your spouse because
they try to.
Right.
Exactly. So before that, with children, this is what I'm saying. Because you know how people are. That's why I don't understand why you're on that mind frame. People are ignorant. Yo, I love this child like they mine. This is mine. I'm coming around now with the child. It shouldn't be like, yo, damn, where you get a kid from? I told you I was bringing my kid over. Those type of conversations need to be had. I'm not just gonna pop up to my family's event with a kid like, hey, this is my kid. That's awkward. That's not intelligent. That's not the way to introduce.
What about them knowing you already was in a relationship and that person had kids?
If they know that, then this conversation doesn't need to be had. That's what I'm trying to say. So sometimes if you're doing that and you're the new parent, you have to put your family on. Some people might look at it like, yo, what's going on? I've never seen you like that. Yeah, well, it's something new. No, if I'm bringing a kid that's not mine into an environment where somebody could say some slick shit, I'm going there out the gate letting it be known that's not the case.
Okay.
That's what you have to do. Because there's too many idiots in people's families.
All right, and after you let it be known, mind your business.
It's whatever she said. Let me read this comment. That's honestly a toxic situation because she's going to get tired of the situation and get bored with him. She settled too soon. This is in regards to the lady. To get all her youth. And because she's a mom and wife 24/7, she wants to relive those days when they first met and keep it spicy in relationship. So they're both enjoying life. That's why I said she needs to know the person she was getting with. Like if I knew you like to be a partier when I met you, I would hope that you would cut the party out when we get in a relationship. But I'm not going to be sitting here, oh, she go out all the time. I knew that when I met you.
I mean, past the partying. Like, we not celebrating birthdays, though.
See, and I know a lot of people. Listen, I know people that hate their birthdays. Just because, this is what I keep saying. Son, I hate, you're not going into a relationship open-minded. Just because you want that, and this is to the lady, and you would hope that he wants that, doesn't mean he has to. He don't like birthdays. He don't like to go the fuck out. He want to go to work and come home. Yeah, I bet you he paid them bills. I bet you take care of them kids. I bet you his food on that fucking table. Focus on that.
She does.
Okay,
she has nothing but positive things to say.
So keep
I personally
focusing on that.
When she mentioned, but listen, when she mentioned some things to me, I started asking and inquiring, and that's how I got a little more information
on what you can control. Stop wanting him and hoping that he.
I feel like spice up the sex life. Maybe that'd be a form of.
I mean, I just think you need to take a step back, realize who you with, and adjust. That's it. You love that person. They clearly not into that. Make at home it more exciting. Do shit when the kids asleep. Little dinner date, light some candles. Do something where it's exciting at home if y'all not having enough fun. Somebody said, right, let your family know to stay in their lane. Again, that's what the children think. I think it is necessary to come out front with that because it's hard for people to accept. Like, yo, I never seen you with a kid. Well, who this?
Before you explained that, I didn't feel like it was necessary because I just felt like if somebody know you in a relationship,
not everybody knows. Not everybody knows, and this is what I'm saying. I'm a private person. Not everybody knows. So I don't want to just come to a family event with a kid that's running around. They don't know the name. Well, who kid is it? That's that awkward shit. I hate that shit. I hate if I come to your family event, let me see everybody, let me meet everybody and say hello. The worst thing is, well, who the fuck is that on the couch? This boy-head nigga. I hate that type of shit. Let that know out the gate. So somebody wrote another comment. Say something because when you bring the child around and people are standoffish, the child is going to feel away. Exactly. That's the most thing. Me as a person or as a parent, I don't want that child to feel that way. It's hard enough to get a child to bond with you that's not yours.
Right.
You don't want them feeling uncomfortable around family that's not theirs. Right. It's awkward. I'd rather shut awkward shit out the gate. Another comment, because there's a difference between babysitting your mate kid and being a parent to that child. Big difference. Big difference, son. That's a big difference, man. Told you. No, you need to have that conversation. Like, yo, we come to the event. Yo, I'm bringing my daughter.
Your family members might say you just babysitting. and not get the same respect that they would if you said, "This is my kid and I love him or her."
That's why I just said.
Right.
You know how many times people just be like, "Well, she went to thing. I got her kids today," but you already, y'all just doing it for no. If you really take on a child and call them your kid, you need to let that be known. If you want people to, and this is the biggest thing, if you want them to respect that kid as yours, you have to let that be known. I can't demand respect and not let it be known I'm demanding it.
Right.
Y'all gotta get that shit together. So get that. I just feel this tear. And why do I? Because people are dumb. That's why. And you shouldn't put a child in that place. That's it. Somebody wrote, nip it in the ass from the beginning. For real. You have to do that. You got to.
Yeah. She's gonna snap.
Don't eat that in my... Yo, you always hungry during the live. You ever realize that? She never want to eat any... You don't want to do nothing. Go ahead, man. Fucking... Oh.
She's not for him.
I don't think that.
I don't
disagree. I just think that... See, and this is the one thing I want to say. She's happy in every other aspect but that. That doesn't mean she's not for him. But that means she needs to accept who he is and build around it. Mm-hmm. That's it. You cannot change him. Stop trying to. Stop hoping he'll see your way and understand.
Right.
No. Accept that and work around that.
Right.
And then find some balance.
That's why I said spice up the sex life. I don't know how the sex life is though.
But it's not just that. It's not the sex life. Obviously.
Right, because it's other things. Celebrating certain things and things.
It's her social life.
Yeah.
Ooh, you need to find some different type of outlet. Because he's not like that. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of men, and then this is my thing, right? I think you should be happy about that sometimes. There's so many men that I know niggas that get up at 7 in the morning, go outside, or come home till 12 at night, and don't work. Listen, and don't work. What? You got somebody that works, you're laughing. What? You got somebody that work and come straight home. You should be happy about that. Mm-hmm. You don't have time to entertain no bullshit.
Right. It's not like he hanging out.
Yeah,
with, like,
that's what I'm saying. It's not like he's hanging out with his friends.
No,
he don't hang out with anybody. So technically, he only hang out with you.
Right.
What's the problem? I don't get the problem. Because he don't want to go out, but he with you all the time.
Not just go out. He don't celebrate birthdays. They didn't have a baby shower. This is his first kid.
Y'all together all the time because he's always home, right?
Right.
Y'all should have the happiest fucking house on the planet. Well, I don't even know what the issue is now. Now I look at it like that. He come home, he go to work, and y'all together all the time. Lady, you can't be choosy. I don't think that's a fight you should be picking. Mm. That's not your battle. That's not your battle, love. You're not gonna win. You gotta learn that shit, right there.
Yeah.
You gotta learn that shit. So somebody wrote. The issues with us females is we assume too much. We fail to communicate.
What happened?
Females be straightforward. Put it on the table what you want and need.
This is true. I had to learn that.
But you see, and you notice
that didn't just come to me.
The first thing I said was she's going wrong because she would hope or she assumed or she felt. You can't do that.
I mean, but I did ask her, did she communicate these things with him? And she said yes.
But that disappointment led first because she didn't do it first. She felt first she should have said this and then went to him because he didn't. And that's a problem. You can't do that. I will hope you did this and you didn't. Well, then I'm coming to you after. No.
Right.
You can't, like, that's hoping. Nah, you got to let it be known, like, yo, this is what.
And as far as not having a baby shower, like, I feel like, I would.
He definitely. Not an out type person. You should have known that shit from then.
Like, I felt like that's something that I would have brought to your attention. Like, what you mean when I have a big? Oh, no, I'm throwing a big nigga. You coming?
That's why
I would have did some shit like that. Like,
you don't know the person. You chose to ignore that. To me, that's one of the biggest signs. You don't want a baby shower. Well, why not? I don't like motherfuckers. Nah, that's not it. If you would have been like, it's too expensive. Let's budget on this. Let's do this for the kid.
She did say he does that and say that. Everything is about money.
Leave that man alone.
Everything.
Listen to me. This whole conversation. Leave that man alone. Shut up. He clearly cares about his finances.
She watching over here.
Wherever listen. Leave him alone. Be happy with that man. Figure out another alternative. For real, man. Leave him alone.
She was like, like everything is like, he complains about spending money and stuff.
He's clearly into organizing finances. That's the type of man you should want. Leave him alone. He's fine. Let him check his family with the kid shit. That's the battle you should be trying to pick. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Forget that other shit about not going out. You're not gonna win that battle. Stick with the kid shit. That's a
he
valid.
Needs to defend you more.
That is where you should put your resources to. So somebody wrote, I understand it's not him, but he can meet her halfway. If he loves her and knows her want and what will make her happy, he can bend a little. I agree with that.
I agree with that. One day a month or one day every 2 or 3 months.
He can try. Yeah. We could go to the park up the block for 2 minutes.
Ain't no maybe he want to buy a house. If he wanted to buy a house, he would have been bought the house.
Oh, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. That's stupid. You don't know how much that house costs. You don't know how much it is to put down. That's a stupid comment.
So even if that wasn't
just don't say that. Just don't say that.
Okay, but you know that y'all having issues living with your family upstairs. Why wouldn't you been like long time ago take your spouse and her kid and y'all kid away from that? Why are you still? Oh, we need to move. And y'all don't go out on nothing. Your money is up there because he paint bridges. Okay?
I agree, but we're not just going to just throw off the maybe want to buy a house and dismiss that. That takes time and planning.
Okay.
But I do agree with that. He should have got his shit together with that. Somebody wrote 1 date a month. How about 1 every 3 months? You do 1 a month with somebody that do. He's saying like once every 3 months. All right. Maybe somebody wrote, he's a Leo. I know.
What that mean? I'm a Leo. What that mean?
So somebody asked, does he have a plan in place? Does he have a plan? I'm not sure. I don't think you discussed that much.
I didn't ask her.
What I do say is she should have known who she's with, and he definitely needs to try though. Because it sounds to me like he's not even trying.
Right.
So my thing with that is he should be trying. That's the least he could do. I don't care if he tries and don't like it and don't want it.
But she did, like I said, she mentioned to me that, everything is about money, but he's one of those guys that paints bridges, like the real actual. But when she said that, I was just like,
a millionaire.
It doesn't mean that he's a millionaire, but they live in a family home, so he's not paying a large amount. They're not paying a large amount in rent and things of that sort. And I felt like she mentioned to me what he do for a living, so that I can understand.
He has the ample means to take her out.
Yes.
All right, cool. Listen, talk to that man.
Yes.
You said, how about you try to take him out? Mm-hmm. Start like that. Let me try to take him out. If he's not with that, leave that man alone. He's just not an out person. Get a Netflix account, rent some movies. So somebody wrote, Leo men love their money. They'll count the same $400 400 times.
Right, Leo men, because me as a Leo woman, as soon as I get it, I spend it.
I don't get that at all. But yeah, definitely to her, get that right, and check your family. I don't like to tell men what to do.
Tell her to start looking for a place. Ask him what's the budget.
You know what? That shit'll. Yo, listen to me.
Smart.
That's smart. That is. I agree with that. If she really with it, hey, listen. Well, how much you want to spend on this? Don't say nothing else. Just give me a number. Cool. Come to that man with nothing but numerous houses, moving locations and dates, and however he move on that should tell you how he really moving.
Yeah.
If he can't take the time to pick one out, see where this might go, or if I don't want to do this right now, you're not fucking moving. Because a lot of men, I hate that shit. I don't want to know nothing about where you gotta be. Give me the info. Let's make it sure. I don't want to go and look at shit on this day. It looks like it's summer outside. Get the fuck out of here. How much does it cost? How much money we gotta spend to move? When do we need to do about it? That's it. That's it. That's men shit.
Try that, girl.
Try that shit. If that shit don't work, you ain't moving, boo. You ain't moving at all. And that's that.
So, to begin and end with, your family.
Love your family. I love them. Don't allow them to be in your relationship. It's that simple.
Right.
To love your family. Don't allow them to be in your relationship. When I say in, they shouldn't know the ins and out of your relationship. They should know you in a relationship. They may know when you're happy or when you're mad. That's cool. They don't need to be in your relationship.
It's not even just that. as well. I also feel like if you do have that one day that you want to vent to them, you need to tell both sides.
You know what?
And then if
you want to know what the problem is?
And then if you, but before you say that, and then if you have those family members that genuinely care for you, they're gonna say, well, what you did to him or her for her to do that. You get me? Opposed to just sitting there and allow you to downplay your spouse.
If you like to play the victim role, that shit will blow up in your face. People that tell people only one side of the story wants to play the victim role. You're not gonna always be able to be a victim. Sooner or later, you're gonna get victimized. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
So if you go into your family and you playing a victim role, cool. When you really a victim, let's see if they stay there with you.
The boy who cried wolf.
That shit is the worst.
Like,
that's why I'd rather shut the fuck up.
Men, tell your mother to step off. Ladies, tell your mothers to step off.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for real. For real. I don't know how y'all gonna do that. Yeah, definitely.
Men, tell your sisters to step off.
Well,
ladies, tell your brothers to step off. It's difficult. It's difficult with your spouses, your mothers, your fathers, and things like that. They're gonna love who you love, but to an extent, because there's some mothers and fathers that's really possessive, and they want to push you to be independent, but don't expect you to be independent.
Yeah, that's stupid. But
very stupid. They want to push you to move on and move out, and then when you actually do it, it's just like, oh, what the fuck? That's not what I meant. I meant help me pay bills.
Right. That's the dumbest shit on the planet. But yeah, again, with the family thing, whatever works for you, just know the more people you allow in your relationship, the more people have power to dictate it.
The more problems you're going to have.
That's it. No, whether they dictate it or not. That's what I'm saying. Whether it be good or bad. I would only rather me and my spouse be able to do whatever the fuck we want in our relationship.
Right.
Not me, my spouse, her father, her grandmother. Well, we got all
because no, but seriously, how would you overcome a situation if you so I vented to like about me and you to my brother. I also vented to my sister. These are two different people, so they have two different types of opinions, two different types of views. How the hell am I gonna overcome that situation with you when I don't even know how or what to think or where to go off of? Because I got two different opinions, insights, inputs on two different ways on how to go about it. Like, I feel like with me and you, if it's just me and you, and I might have spoke to one person and gave advice, all right, cool, but me and you would end up figuring out how to work it out or fix it or make it work.
And then to me, it's like, if I'm not telling people my business, if I'm not gonna take their advice.
Right.
The worst fucking thing to do is to tell somebody your business, they give you good advice, and then you don't follow it.
Exactly.
It's fucking retarded.
I've done that plenty of times. I gave people a lot of advice, and then they call me right after.
See me, yeah. I already know what the fuck I'm gonna do. If I call my man and I need to vent one time, bro, I just need to vent right now. Right. If I call him, yo, let me ask you something, I expect him to give me the honest answer, and I move off that answer. Right. That's how it should be. You should tell somebody when you want to vent, and yo, I need to ask you something. If you asking me something, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Right. If you telling me some shit, I'm gonna listen. Those are real friends. Those are real family members. You want my advice? Whatever you choose to do, do it. Just don't be crying when the shit don't go your way if you don't listen. Right. That's being a fucking adult. Somebody wrote, "Hey Josh, how you doing?" Hi Josh. Josh is on here. Somebody wrote, "Or bad advice and follow it." That's the worst. Wait, so I'm getting bad advice and I'm listening to the bad advice? That is the worst. To me, I don't like to follow people's advice personally because I want to do what's best for me. I want to take what they say, format it into my way. But for me to take bad advice, I don't feel like somebody can give you genuine advice if they didn't actually experience the situation or if they didn't witness the situation. Like, when I say that, like... Because it's hard to actually give somebody advice to something you didn't experience. Exactly. If you're going through a life situation I didn't experience, how can I tell you how you should maneuver in? Right. So it's like with that statement with bad advice, that person that gave the advice might think that was good advice because it worked for him or her. Mm-hmm.
it's actually really horrible advice because it's not working for like you and the person that you're with.
Yeah, you know what's crazy?
So I feel like people need to be mindful of who they're getting advice from.
Listen to me. When I was 17, one of my uncles said, yo, why you got a girlfriend? You don't need a girlfriend. You could get her to do everything you want without being a girlfriend. And at that age, that was the fucking shining light to me. It was the best advice on the planet. Now that I'm older, I would never tell my son that. He would never grow up to truly value. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At that time, I thought it was good advice, but it really wasn't.
Yeah, see?
That's just a perfect example of that.
You have to be mindful of who you're getting advice
now that I'm older, of course I'm not going to listen to my Uncle Dennis, who got 4 fucking kids, running around still thinking he's 29. You know what I mean? Now that I'm older, I can't believe I listen to your dumb ass. But you have to know who you're taking advice from.
And my thing is this.
I'm not going to ask my crazy mother for relationship advice.
But I'm not going to
ask my sister, who husband never around, for husband advice.
That's my point. Why would I be sitting around talking to you about my relationship business and
your relationship?
And you out here fucking this bitch, that bitch, or this nigga, that nigga, and your relationship is not at a standstill, and you doing whatever it is that you're doing to keep your relationship in order.
Clown shit. Somebody wrote yes again, because every relationship is different. A man who walk around and do whatever in his relationship can't tell a man whose woman don't allow that shit advice. That's real shit.
Right.
That's like me. Let Tia do whatever. Sit in a gangster, I gotta run the head and then tell my man, you shouldn't be listening to your lady. What? Shut up, boy. Like, yo, that's like, yo, let me tell you, when my man called me, yo, I had this bad thing. Word? That's crazy, because you know how I be. Shut the fuck up.
Right.
You sound dumb.
That would
be in the house. Tia got that shit like that. We're not, just listen to me. Just shut up. Wait. So I would never do that. I would never front.
Right.
But that's people. You got to know who to take advice. I'm not going to ask somebody for a relationship advice that isn't in a positive relationship.
Exactly. That's my point.
Real shit. Or hasn't, or who's out of one and can give me a clear view. Right. If I know somebody's in a fucked up relationship, I'm not going to go to that person and ask them for advice.
They're going to give me fucked up advice that they feel worked for them.
That's like me going to a wedding planner for somebody that never been married.
Right.
How the fuck would you? No, that's stupid.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
Going to a wedding planner and they never been married.
Yeah, unless she did it 100 times. Even then, I don't want it. I want a wedding planner that knows that feeling of wanting to be in a wedding and everything goes right.
But that's what I mean by advice, though. There's some people that actually witnessed it.
But that's my thing. That's why I would prefer that. I would prefer somebody that went through this. That's why I'm not going to come to somebody that's not in a relationship or dealing with some aspect of a relationship for relationship advice.
But a wedding planner, she don't necessarily have to be married. She could have witnessed it.
Yeah, that's cool. But she didn't experience it herself. I want somebody, a female person, that's been that bride, that know what it's like, that wants everything right. Because I know my lady's going to be a bitch the whole time. So I want that perfect. That's my personal opinion.
Damn, I got to change my wedding planner, guys.
All right, well, if that was the plan, I was good. So somebody wrote, I'm not fit in the front. Some people who don't got their shit together give good advice. Okay. I've gotten great advice from people doing the opposite of what they're telling me. And I'm just like, how dare you? And motherfuckers will tell me, like, listen, don't be like me. Take this advice. But that's the difference. That's the difference.
They will tell you don't be like them, right?
That's not what we're talking about, but I completely agree. I know a lot of people like, yo, son, you should love that girl. Don't listen to me, though. I ain't shit.
Right.
But she clearly good for you. But he's telling you that. It's a difference between somebody that's giving you their advice, but ain't telling you they shit not right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I totally agree with. I know a lot of niggas. Yeah, boy, yo, she love you, son. Go home, boy. Go home, boy. Right. I'm not going home. I'm gonna go. Go home, bro. Real shit though.
But it's different when you talking about what you do. What you do that ain't shit. Mm-hmm. Like if it's good and it's cool, and then you giving me advice like I should be moving how you moving.
A real person would be like, yo, I'm fucked up, but that's not how you should be.
Right.
That's the advice I would want.
Right.
I don't want somebody fronting like they living holy and they not. And for that comment, somebody wrote, people being fucked up relationships and being denial. That is a fact. Those are the scariest type of people to me. To me, because you're not even real with yourself. Like if me and my relationship not good enough, you can tell.
Those type of people. The people that be in fucked up relationships and be in denial, please.
Please what?
Don't fucking annoy me. Seriously. The reason why I'm saying that is because they be in denial and shit, right? But they always speaking on how good their relationship is when somebody else's relationship is fucked up, and how bad their relationship is when they feel like it's convenient. Like these people that's always in, like, their relationships is toxic, but they be in denial. They always have a reason why they stayed in that toxic ass relationship. It's always some type of, but you know, back in the days, your grandmother and grandfather still together. Like, we not doing that.
Let me read this comment and make sure y'all listen. Just because a person ain't doing better, don't know they know better. They just choose the worst. That's real shit. I'm gonna read that one more time because I don't think y'all got that. Just because a person ain't doing better, don't know they know better. They just choose the worst. Real shit. That shit is real.
That's the truth.
That shit is real. Somebody wrote me in every one of my past relationships in denial. You're a clown. You're a clown. Nigga said, don't fucking annoy me, sis.
No.
Laughing at that. So that annoys y'all?
Yeah, it's beyond annoying. It does it, like, I had to put emphasis on don't fucking annoy me, because seriously, these people that be in fucked up relationships and be in denial, they even annoy you with the bullshit. Like, let me tell you about what the fuck, and you constantly hearing it. You know, I will give advice, or even if I don't give advice, it's like, okay, you know, it's gonna get better. All right, whatever, cool. A week later, the same bullshit. Like, so how you fixed it last week, that should be the same way you're fixing it now, because it was just going on last week.
Look, man.
Or just even the bullshit, and you making it seem like your nigga out, he doing what he gotta do, when he really out, you know he fucking nothing but mad bitches. And you really sitting around like, yeah, bitch, we about to get knowing you out here being a fucking dog. Like, just don't annoy me.
Right.
Like, just please. Like, it's annoying. That's annoying.
I think that's a woman thing. I don't think men do.
No, men brag about being in fucked up relationships. Yeah, you know, I fucked this bitch the other day. My wife was cool with it. You feel me?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, the men are talking about it in a different way. His man, he's telling that to not annoyed by that shit. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay. That's a woman thing. A nigga will be like, "What are you doing? You was a fool." And unless that nigga, because the men will be like, "Yo, you lying, boy. You lying. You know that nigga lying." Women won't do that. Y'all just try to change the subject. Don't want to be combative. Men are more like, boy, you lying, stop playing, you know she got
No, I feel like you have some women, you have some genuine friends that'll just sit there and listen and be like, nah, you know, I mean, you know, I already told you last week, but this is what you should do, you know? That's just a genuine friend that's gonna hold it down.
Yeah, bro. No, they're not in denial. They're fucking liars. They try to fit. Yo, please. Oh, man. So on that note, we've been on here for a minute.
All right, guys. Yep. It was beautiful seeing you guys today. And again, rest in peace to everybody that was on that helicopter. I think that was so fucked up. I keep thinking about it and I'm trying not to, but it was crazy. And family members, stay out of your other family members' business. Please.
It's not like you don't have to stay out if they're inviting you into it. But like, if you're that type of person that just goes in
and disrespect,
that shit is stupid. Grow the fuck up. But if that person's explaining things to you and wants your advice, you're not minding your business. They bring you into it.
Right.
So there's a big difference. But please don't try to be the person always want to know what's going on and got shit to say and tell you what you need to do. Be happy with yourself. Be happy with your relationship. If everybody focus on themselves, this shit will be a whole better place.
So the person that wanted me to talk more about men and women incarcerated and people holding them down, marriage, etc. I felt like we spoke about that already.
Yeah, but it's still
numerous times.
It's hard for me because I've been with family members that did bids, but I've never had a spouse and did a bid with them.
Right, so I feel like it'd be difficult for us to
really speak on it.
But if they would give enough attention to it and join it on here, I'm cool with that. But I'm mentioning it now because I don't know if you watch it, and you usually do. I don't want to really speak too much on that because I don't really have much to say about that. The things that we did have to say about people being in relationships with somebody in jail, we spoke on it, and those are the little pieces that we have for it. But I don't really have much advice for that.
Yeah, it'll be difficult for me because I haven't experienced it. I've only seen the negative aspects. Like, I very rarely see the positive sides of somebody doing their bid with somebody.
Yeah.
So I don't like to talk on straight negative because I never experienced positive either. But I mean, whatever works for you.
So if you want me to talk about that next week, just be on and make sure you have a lot of questions for the viewers that are on here and try to get some feedback from them because I do have a lot of viewers that experience that.
Yeah, I know. I definitely know. What was that for?
So I'm just looking at you like. So just looking at you. Hey. Thank you. But thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week. We were on for like an hour and a half already.
Yes.
So you guys have a good night. And inbox me some more topics because those were good.
Sure.